Hello everyone, today I've got a cool video for you. I'm going to show you how to buy some altcoins on EtherDelta. So there's a couple steps in the process, so if this is brand new to you, then it might seem like a lot at first. We got some other videos that will help you if this is just starting out. So I'm going to make a few videos soon that you might want to check out that will complement this. And I'm going to talk about how to get started in cryptos and how to trade without paying fees. And I'll do other videos on introductions to cryptos so you understand what I'm talking about. But for now, I'm just going to show you something because I'm actually going to buy a little bit of salt for my girlfriend, Sandy. And I just did a video about why I'm buying salt, so I'll link to that in the description below, but also at the end of the video I should have it there for you as well. So if you're new to salt and you want to know why I'm getting it, then that video will help you understand why. So pretty much you're gonna need a I mean, you don't need these. There's other ways of doing it, but the way I'm doing it is I'm using 3 different accounts. And I'm going to use a Coinbase account, my Ether wallet, and EtherDelta. So the Coinbase is where we originally bought Ethereum. And what we're going to do is transfer the Ethereum basically into other altcoins, convert them on EtherDelta. So what you have to do is you have to establish an account with each one, basically. I've already done that. So here's her address for her Ether wallet. So then all I'm going to do is come here and go to accounts. And what we're going to do is we're going to send Ethereum. And then recipient, I put in her address, and then I'm going to leave just a little tiny bit of ETH in there, and you see the network fee is only 2 pennies, so it's not expensive to send it. You're just sending it over to your wallet. Just going to go ahead and do that. It's asking me, we have it set up to do a 2-step verification code that you get from your phone. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and then come right back. Alright, so the transaction's on the way. It shouldn't take long to go, to send it. It says it's pending now. So, I mean, you won't see it show up right away in your Ether wallet. So what you're going to have to do is basically kind of like re-log in a sense. But in order to do that, I'm going to have to show my private key. So I went back up here to view wallet info. Send Ether tokens. Go here to private key. This is how I log in, and I'm just gonna paste the private key, but I'm not gonna show you that here because then you'd be able to log into her Ether wallet. Alright, so I logged in. Basically I pasted her private key in there. Now she's in here and you can see this account address. So what you want to do is copy your account address from my Ether wallet because you're going to need that when you get into EtherDelta. So what I'm going to do is come over here to EtherDelta. I'm going to click on this, import account, put in the address, and again, I'm not going to show you her private key, but I'm just gonna paste it in there, and then I'm gonna hit this blue button, import account, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I actually pasted my wrong address in there in the beginning. No big deal. I checked it, boom, 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 because it gave me an error message. But yeah, so basically I just did the same info for my Ether wallet. I just gave them that, and it imported the information from my Ether wallet. So now EtherDelta and my Ether wallet are connected. Alright, so something that I have to point out, I should have already pointed out, but when you go to my Ether wallet, make sure you're going to myetherwallet.com. It's really important that you check and make sure that the URL is correct, because there's phishing sites that look like my Ether wallet and the URL almost looks like my Ether wallet, and when you put in your information, they steal it and they can wipe out your account clean. So it's really important to double check. Don't use just any link on the internet that's saying, oh, click here to go to my Ether wallet, because and also, like, that's why they have warnings right here. They have like email scams, so just beware, be careful, because there are scammers and hackers out there trying to steal your crypto. Another thing I need to point out is that you see we have 1.691 ETH in my Ether wallet. You want to leave some in here. You don't want to send all of it over into EtherDelta, because you use a little bit of what they call gas, which is it's just like a cost, like a processing fee. So you can't use it all. You have to keep some of it in this account, so that way when you do your transactions, it's just a little bit. It doesn't cost much, but you need it in there. So for instance, we have 1.691, so we might want to send 1.6, something like that. Then you'll have plenty left over for gas. But you just want to be safe, so you don't want to send it all. So what we're going to do is go back to EtherDelta. Again, make sure your URLs are right. Make sure you leave some ETH in my Ether wallet. And then what we're going to do today, we are buying salt. So, you have to look for what the like abbreviation is, like how you do with stocks. So I'll just go over here to coinmarketcap.com. Come down to where I find salt. Salt is number 50 right now. And click on it. And it's just salt. Okay, so then you're going to come here. We're going to look for salt. Right there it is. And what we're doing is we're depositing this. And if you hover over, it's gonna make it explanatory. Use this to deposit from your personal Ethereum wallet, that's my Ether wallet in this case, to EtherDelta. And we don't want to use the whole thing, so we're just gonna go 1.6. You see, we already have 1.6 right here. So what we're gonna do is put 1.6 and then deposit it. It told you just created an Ethereum transaction. You can track its progress. And in just a minute, you'll see it show up over here. Right now, it's showing up as in your wallet. But then once the transaction goes through in like 1 minute, you're going to see it over in your EtherDelta. So that way you can use it in EtherDelta. Then once you you convert your Ethereum into whatever altcoin you want, then you're going to do the same thing, send it back to your wallet. I'm going to show you that in a minute. Now, just so you know, the reason why I'm showing you how to do this in EtherDelta, because EtherDelta is, it's a decentralized trading platform, but it's where altcoins usually go first. So they'll have their ICOs, and then oftentimes the first exchange they'll go to is EtherDelta, and sometimes you can get coins cheaper than they were on the ICO. But you can get them for pretty cheap because it's the first place that they go, and you can save money because then eventually once they go on to bigger exchanges like Coinbase, then it's going to be a lot more expensive. So you can get a lot of really good deals and get access to a lot of different altcoins on this website. So that's what I'm showing you. Now, just while I was talking, you see the transfer took place. We have 1.6 over here in EtherDelta, and then I'm going to show you how to buy salt tokens with that. Alright, so the way that it works is you look over here. Don't get overwhelmed or intimidated by all this stuff. What I'm going to show you how to do is order from the order book right here. And these green ones are for people that want to sell. And if you get confused, all you have to do is just hover your mouse over. It says click here to sell salt. We're not selling salt, we're buying salt. So those are the red numbers. Now, you look, it says salt/ETH. So this is the salt number and this is the ETH. So this person is willing to sell 200 salt tokens for 1.762 ETH. And then as you go up, it gets more expensive. So you want to choose the lowest one that you have, that you can get, but you have to be able to fulfill the order. So we have 1.6 ETH in EtherDelta right now. So we can't fulfill this order, we can't fulfill that. We can't fulfill, we could fulfill this one, but it's small. So basically the biggest one that we can fulfill is this one. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I did the math. Like this puts it at like $2.60, and this puts it at $2.80, something like that. Not a huge deal, still a good deal, but ideally I would have a little bit more ETH, which I do. I just don't feel like transferring it. Maybe I should. Look, another order just popped up. I'm just gonna go ahead and buy that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and boom. See the fee in ETH. That's the gas. It's a very small number, 0.002. I just bought it, and the transaction is in progress. Once the transaction goes through, I'll show you how to send that back to my Ether wallet. Alright, so a little bit of time has passed, only like a minute or two is all it takes before the transactions go through. And as you can see over here in the EtherDelta column, I now have 0.144 ETH and just over 163 salt tokens. Time will tell if this is a good trade, which one goes up more, which one's going to be worth more a month from now, a year from now, that much ether or that much salt. So, but that's what we're doing. I mean, you have to basically get Ethereum. They're called ERC20 tokens. You have to get Ethereum to buy the altcoins. You can't just deposit dollars on here. So that's one of the uses for Ethereum. One of the main uses right now. So what you have to do now, we did deposit. Now we have to withdraw. So we have 163. So I'm going to go ahead and type that in, 0.041. And then we are going to withdraw that. It's going to take a minute. We have a little bit of ETH left over, so I'm going to go ahead and send that back. Alright, so we're just going to give it a minute, and it should update in just a minute. Alright, so a minute has passed by, and you see we have no salt tokens in EtherDelta. They're all in the wallet. So let's go ahead and go back to my Ether wallet, and then the thing is you're like, well, where are they? So I'm going to show you how you can find them if you don't see them right here. So like if you look over here, it says not seeing your token. learn how to add a custom token. So you click on this, and then it basically shows you. So there's a little process, they walk you through it, and it is different for each token. Some of them might show up right away, but the ones that I've used, you have to go through this process, but they tell you step by step what you do. So basically, can be added to your local MEW interface by following these instructions. Go to explorer.io. It says type in the name of the token or search your address and click on the token's name there. Note the address and decimals of this token. So you see on this page, they tell you the decimals is 8. So you have to remember that. It says, note the address and decimals of this token. So let's get the address up here. Come back to here. So it says, in a new tab, navigate to send ether and tokens. We're already in there. You know, we've already done that. But you're going to go add custom tokens and basically hit in the address and decimals. I mean, it's easier if you just read it and go through. You know, I mean, I just showed you. Basically, all you do is click on this link, type in salt, and you or whatever altcoin you have, get the address, look at the decimals, and then you're just going to go back to here where it goes add custom token. So here's the address. Oh, salt 8 for the decimals. Save. And there you have it. So yeah, you saw I get the error message. You know, it's a little you know, clunky, but there you have it. 163 salt tokens now showing up. She also has some pillar tokens. So yeah, so then it'll show up right here, and then you just keep doing that with each of your tokens, and you should have a list of your tokens right here. This is a fairly secure way of holding your tokens. It's basically a software wallet, maybe better than keeping on the exchanges, but the best way is to store them on a hardware wallet, which I'll get into eventually in future videos. But here I just wanted to show you how to use EtherDelta. You know, starting from Coinbase, sending it to my Ether wallet, then importing that account into EtherDelta, converting your Ethereum into whatever altcoin you want, and then sending it back to my Ether wallet. I hope this has helped. Let me know what you think. You know, if you have any questions, if there's anything that I could do better, let me know so I can produce better videos for you guys. And if you want to support my work, you know, you can support me on Patreon. I don't know how long I'm going to have that. I just started to try it out. But at least give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And keep in touch with what I'm doing. I've got a newsletter that if you sign up for, you'll get a free ebook which will get you up to speed. It's the fastest way to get the average person up to speed. It's called the Awareness Revolution Primer, where I cover several different topics. It's really small but really informative. And you can go to my website, theawarenessrevolution.com, or go to theawarenessrevolution.com/newsletter, and I'll link to that in the description below as well. But hopefully salt goes up like I'm expecting. Again, watch the video about why I'm investing in salt, and hopefully I'll get a free vacation out of it. And hopefully you can get into the crypto game and you can get big gains, and I can see big gains like other people before us. And to that, we'll cheers.